Hi, I'm Kirstin Kelly, and today's lesson is going to be on horses that stop. Don't forget to subscribe and then you'll never miss one of my videos. I release them every 2 weeks, so keep watching. So there's 3 reasons generally why horses stop: real fear, nervous, and naughty. And it's super important. You need to figure out which of those it is before you start trying to fix it. So real fear is where the horse becomes so anxious that he feels like he cannot do it. You think of last time you really felt scared. If I come to you in that moment, like I don't like heights, and I remember being a kid on one of those confidence courses, perched on the edge of one of those platforms, and I only had to jump sort of this far down to a lower platform. But for me, I was so scared of being up that high that I couldn't jump off. And I had the instructor yelling at me, just jump, just jump. No amount of yelling or hitting is going to be more than the fear of falling off there. So there's no way I would jump. And I stood up there for like an hour and I wouldn't jump off. So think to yourself, if your horse is really scared and you're whacking him and yelling at him, he is not going to be more scared of you than the fear of that jump. So you need to have a completely different approach. You need to build his confidence, build his trust, and teach him that he can do it. You know, some of the ways that that might happen might be if it is a ditch, not sitting there and whacking him and carrying on, but actually trying to get him to have a lead so that he will follow another horse over it, or he will follow another person over it. Or if he really trusts you implicitly, hop off and lead him with a long lead rope so that then he hops over it behind you. And if he's the nervous type of horse, start with small things so that you teach him to trust you. And then the more you build that relationship, the better he will get. Then the second type of horse that stops is a nervous type. So he's not necessarily really scared to jump the jump, but he's thinking, oh, I don't really like it. You know, what's the consequence if I don't like it? That sort of horse, you need to be the pilot. You think about it. You're sitting on a plane, you're coming into land, and the pilot says to you, we're experiencing turbulence, think we might die, not quite sure what we should do. Put your head down. Is that going to encourage you to be calm and relaxed and to trust him? No, you'll be popping yourself. So you think to yourself, you are your horse's pilot. You need to be the one giving him the confidence. So you need to be quite assertive. You don't need to be angry, but you need to be assertive. You need to calmly take him by the hand and say, horse, you need to do this or I'm going to smack your bum. And then that way he has a consequence. So he understands, okay, she wants me to jump the jump, she's confident, she means it, but if I don't, the consequence will be I'll get a smack. And so then he will weigh that up and he will go, okay, I trust her because she's confident, but I also don't want to get a smack on the bum, so I will ask him to do it. So I will do it. Also, for a horse like that, they will often come in and be a little bit slightly back off and then at the last minute go, no, I don't want to jump it. Those are the sorts of horses that it's very effective to have your rein, to hold them together, and then at the last minute to put your reins in one hand and tap them behind your leg. And then that way there you are showing him, I am confident, I'm so confident I can actually put my leg behind my stick and give you a tap. And when he gets there, it's not hitting him coming into it, which takes his mind off the jump and then makes him think about you. It means he can focus on the jump all the way to the jump, and then at the last second, when you draw your stick, it feels like not a whack, but more that your legs went boom, and then he'll jump over it. So then you give him the confidence to jump that fence. The third type is the naughty one, and then that's the whole thing about consequences. That horse needs to be told all the time, not just when he's jumping. When you're grooming him, if he pushes over on you, you poke him with your finger and say, stand up. When you're getting on, if he goes to move off, you go, no, you must stand up. It's about discipline and respect. And those type of horses which push boundaries all the time, they need to be constantly said to do this, good boy. do this. No, you get a poke in the belly, or you get a smack, or you get told with your voice. Depends on how nervy they are to what sort of response you need to do. But those are the horses you need to be strict with, and you need to discipline them so that when they do stop, you smack them and they know there will definitely be a consequence for them stopping, and then they start to go, okay, do I want to risk the smack or do I want to jump the jump? And then they start wanting to please you. Remember that a horse always strives to get a reward. They don't like being smacked. So you try not to smack them all the time. Start with a growl when they're not moving away from you or something like that, so that then they understand that that is you being grumpy. And then when they do it, make sure that you don't just carry on to the next thing. Say to them, good boy, give them a pat, so that they start to seek the reward. Remember that when horses stop, there's always a reason, and you've got to make sure that you think about why they're stopping and then react.